Hi everyone, how's it going? What I have for you today is a flow styled class. What you're gonna need are two blocks, one blanket, and your favorite practice space, of course. Also, definitely your favorite playlist. We have tons of playlists on our YogaRenew Spotify, so if you can finagle your technology to play both at the same time, then that'll probably really enhance your experience for this practice today. So one thing I want to touch on with the blanket before we get started, so that this way it's just ready to go when we get to that part of the practice. So whether you're using like a yoga blanket or a towel, beach towel, throw blanket, whatever it is, if you could find a general shape that looks like this, how I got here, right? So I fold my blankets pretty narrow, right? And then this is just once more in half. And then you can just place it off to the side for now. And we'll come back to that in a moment, or in a little bit. All right, so find a comfortable seat. Get out all your fidgets, all your wiggles. And then close your eyes. Draw all of your senses inward, right? Start to walk away from your external environment. And just turn all of your focus, all of your attention onto yourself, onto your mind, to your body, to this present moment. So move into a rhythm of breath that is a bit more relaxing, a bit more calming, soothing. And allow these first breaths like this to initiate your practice, right? To really kind of like flick the switch on and initiate, here I am, here's my practice, this is my me time. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. And we're going to start on all fours. All right, so we are going to move into a plank, right? And how we're going to get there is first step the right foot back, right? Take a look down at your foot, right? And we all have a natural tendency, so we want evenness on the foot here, right? This evenness of weight placement between the ball mounds, right? And essentially like finding center in the leg, right? This neutral centered position. All right, so just take a couple moments to get even on the toes. Again, that even weight distribution on the ball mounds. Right? And then lift up on the entire leg, like engage the muscles, right? So that this whole inner line shoots up towards the pelvic floor. And then step the knee down, right? Do the same thing on the left. So step back on the toes, right? Find your tendencies, right? Find evenness. And then engage the leg, the muscles, draw everything up towards the pelvic floor so that whole inner line lifts. You may notice that like your hips shift, right? If you don't notice any of these things, that's totally fine too. And then bring the leg back down. We're going to switch back to the right. Find that lift, that plugging in action, and then start to pay a little more attention to the hands and the weight coming down on the arms, right? So draw everything from the hands like up into the chest, right? So the chest is essentially lifted. But our full body is in this neutral position, right? And then step the left foot to meet the right. Reach out through the heels, right? And then reach long through the crown of the head. Draw everything from the outer edge of the body in towards center, right? And then lengthen from within. Walk the feet up towards your hands. And then find yourself at an Uttanasana. towards the front of your mat. You have your blocks here if you need them to bring the floor up to you. And then refine that lift of the inner legs. Right. And fold a little deeper towards the thighs. So keep that lift in the inner thighs and then lift the trunk up. Lead with a flat back. Take the arms up overhead. Bring the hands to heart center. Now sweep the arms up. Then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step the left foot back, low lunge. Step the right foot back, down dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. And then I'm going to give you the option here if you want to take chaturanga to upward facing, or if you want to go all the way to the ground for Bhujangasana Cobra pose. So your choice of the back bend. We're only doing one round of Surya Namaskar today. And then exhale back, downward facing. Lift the right leg. Step it forward in between the hands. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, step forward, fold into the legs. Inhale, circle the arms up. And then exhale, dive and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, step the right foot back. Low lunge. Step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. And then exhale, your choice of the back bend. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg. Step it forward. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, step forward and fold into the legs, Uttanasana. Circle the arms up. And then dive and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, take the arms up, chair pose. Right, shift your weight onto the right foot, step the left foot back, high lunge. Take your time arriving here in your lunge. Right, find evenness in the hips, that strong straight leg in the back. So reach out through the heel. All right, we're going to turn this into an open hip pose, so extended side angle, right? So stay low in the legs, right? Take that back foot down, that 90-degree angle, right? You can turn the entire body to face the left, right? Open up the hips, the chest, everything facing out, just like you would in Warrior Two. Now bring the forearm to the thigh, right? And then sweep that left arm up overhead. So that whole left side of the body is one long piece, right? From outer edge of the foot to the tip of the pinky finger. All right, take the gaze down. All right, keep the entire front of the body open. We are going to shift into a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Right, so stay stable in that front leg. Hug the outer hip in. Right, from the inner thigh, step the back foot forward halfway, or in halfway. Right, take the hand down, come onto a block, lift that back leg up from the inner thigh, right, and lift it up to hip height. Right, so keep that standing leg bent until the leg comes up. Right, continue to hug the outer hip in on the standing leg. Draw everything from the outer edges into center. Reach out from the heel to the crown of the head. And then to come back to the center of the mat, start to bend through the standing leg. Right, and then bring everything into neutral. Tadasana. Right, bend through the knees, take the arms up, chair pose. Right, shift your weight onto the left side, step the right foot back, high lunge. Right, reach long through the back leg. All right, take the back foot down, find that 90-degree angle. Right, take a moment, open everything up. Right, expand, expand, expand. And then take that forearm to the thigh and sweep that right arm up overhead. So it's a long line from the edge of the foot to the tips of the fingers. And then we're going back into that Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, right? So before you go anywhere else, right, initiate from the front thigh, from the front leg, right? Hug that outer hip in. And then from the back leg, you're gonna use the strength of the inner thigh to step the back foot in. Stay open on the front of the body, right? And then hand to the floor onto a block, right? Lift the leg up. Ooh. So hug the outer hip in on the standing leg. Get long from the heel to the crown of the head. And then we're going to come back to the front of the mat. So bend through the front knee. Return the legs to neutral. Come up to Tadasana. Sweep the arms up. Dive and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or hop the feet back to a dog. Shift forward to plank. Okay, we're going to come into a side plank. First on the right side. So come to the right hand, outer edge of the right foot. Right, stack the hips, the shoulders. Right, you can take the modification of taking the right knee down. Right. From the inner thigh, lift the top leg up in line with the hip. Draw that left leg forward. Step it to the ground. We're going to come into pyramid from here. So grab your blocks, place them on to frame the front foot, right? And then step the back foot in however much you need, right? Just so you can find evenness on the feet, that you feel supported and balanced, right? If you feel less balanced, you can take the feet wider, the stance wider. And just take your time finding evenness in the hips. All right, so those inner thighs start to spiral slightly in. And then hug the belly in, lengthen through the spine, take the elbows wide, and fold to the leg. Come back up to a flat back. Bend through the front knee. Step back to a dog. All right, second side. Shift your weight forward. All right, come into the left hand, outer edge of the left foot for side plank. All right, hug everything into center. Lift that top leg up from the inner thigh, and then step the foot forward. All right, we're going to come back into pyramid. So press out through the front heel to straighten the leg. Step the back end just slightly, right? Find your balance, find evenness. Slight spiral of the thighs going inward. Hug the belly in, lengthen through the trunk. Fold towards the leg. Pull yourself up halfway, bend through the front knee, step the back leg forward, come up to stand. Draw your hands to heart center, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths. Bend your knees, take the arms up, chair pose. All right. Keep the low back long, lift the chest up. Come up onto the toes, and then lower all the way down. Take the hands to the floor, and then come down onto your seat. Take the soles of the feet together. Right, find length from the inner groin out to the knee. Right, it's okay. You can have any amount of distance between the feet and the pelvis right now. But more so just lengthen, right? All I want you to focus on is lengthening through the thighs, right? And as you lengthen through the thighs, use the hands to connect with the arms to pull the chest just slightly forward. So more just the shoulder blades plug into the upper back, right? Lift through the chest. All right, we're going to turn this into a like a full-on Baddha Konasana. All right, so with that long trunk, start to fold forward. This is where we start to slow everything down, where everything starts to downshift. So this is where you want to be most with yourself, right? Turn all of those senses inward. Distracting, when and if distracting thoughts arise, right, just lean into the breath. yourself up to sit. If your eyes are closed, keep them closed. And just take a moment to integrate being upright. Take your hands to your thighs, right, and just bring the legs together. And then just walk yourself back a little. Give your legs a little break. All right. So we're gonna move onto the floor now. So grab your blanket, and like I said earlier, right, we set ourselves up to have this kind of shape, right? So you're gonna place this towards the center of your mat. Fringes going away from the face. Always have your blankets neatly folded. Right. So come to sit on the blanket. Right, knees bent, feet on the floor. And then take the hand, you're gonna bring the feet together. Right, and again, the feet can be as wide as you need them to be. Or as far away from the pelvis as you need them to be. Right, take your hands down to the ground, right, and then walk yourself down onto your back. Just notice what's going on in the chest, right? We want this feeling of upliftedness. So if you feel any kind of sinking, right, just check in. Maybe you need to walk the shoulder blades back behind you a little more. And then just take the hands down by your sides, right? Allow them to just roll out and open. If you need to, right, you can also place your blocks under the thighs for support, right at that triangle where the calf, the knee, and the thigh meet. Close your eyes. Again, move inward. Take your hands onto your thighs. Bring the legs back together. Draw the knees in towards the chest. And then extend the legs up towards the sky or up towards the ceiling. They don't need to be super straight, but do have that upward moving intention. Soften the muscles in the legs, in the belly, the hips. Let all of your weight come down into the hip sockets. Find a spread in the low back, a lightness in the belly, softness in the chest, and a relaxed face. Bend the knees, plant the feet, straighten the right leg, and straighten the left leg. Allow the legs to roll out as they do naturally, or roll in, whichever your tendency is. It could be anything. Just allow your legs to do what they want. If you can stay here in shavasana, stay for as long as you'd like. If you have to come up with me, roll onto your right side and use your arm as a pillow. Stay for a round of breath. Use your hand to press yourself up and return to a seat. Put your focus onto your breathing. Acknowledge that this breath is a completion of your practice. When you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. My name is Desiree. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, I love to hear from you. It makes me so happy to see you students in my inbox and in my email just telling me about your experience. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again. See you next time.